Welcome to the Doc and Daisy show. Daisy said hi on the Healing Kitchen a few minutes ago, and she's insisting on being part of this video. Yes, Daisy had surgery not too long ago, so she's a little bit of a mama's girl. Okay, so we're going to talk about expectations today between kisses. Yes, and so if you need some love, Daisy's very good at sending love. So I wanted to talk about the expectation trap, right? And if you find that it's kind of keeping you overweight, stressed, and stuck, I want to share a quick story with you. Again, between kisses. Oh, that's so nice. Okay. For years, I honestly thought I had cracked the code to health, right? I've been eating a whole food plant-based diet. I exercise. I manage stress. I even had my daily greens dialed down like a well-oiled machine in my smoothie. And in my mind, I really felt like I was untouchable, basically invincible, right? Immune to all the struggles I saw other women facing as they got older. And I'm like, menopause? Not me. I'm doing everything right, right? But then it hit. It hit hard, right? It's not gradually, not like a soft, warning whisper, like a freight train to the face, right? So almost overnight, my energy tanked, my joints hurt like insane. I wasn't sleeping well. Some people in my life might have said my moods were a little wacky. I went from feeling like a powerhouse just running my PR for my half marathon to wondering what in the world just hit my body. Like I felt like I was 100, right? I was doing everything right. So why wasn't it working? And that's when I really had my first big realization that I wasn't struggling because I necessarily did something wrong. I was struggling because my expectations were completely out of touch with reality, right? I had expected my habits to shield me from any struggle. I had expected my body to just keep on humming along like it always had. I'd expected that because I had taken care of myself and menopause wouldn't affect me. And that expectation was really keeping me stuck. And I think a lot of people have that around a variety of things, including eating a whole food plant-based diet. And so it's a really important thing to kind of really begin to understand what these things are. So if you ever felt like you're doing everything right, but still not seeing the results, like you've put in the effort, you're eating healthier, exercising, trying to manage stress, but the scale doesn't budge, the cholesterol's not getting better, the hypertension isn't improving as fast as you think it should. You try to think positively, but stress just kind of sneaks in. You make a plan, but life keeps throwing you curveballs. It's frustrating, it's exhausting. And if you're like most people I work with, it can make you feel like giving up altogether. But what if I told you the biggest barrier to your success is in your body? Remember, it's your expectations. So before we go on to how, learning about expectations in my framework to help you get out of that, I'm just going to introduce myself real quick to my new viewers. My name is Dr. Lori Marbus. I'm a board certified family and lifestyle medicine physician who's been helping people trying to transition to a healthier lifestyle. And when those who do hit a wall, help you join that too, because I've been down that track myself. So love to have you here. Please hit the subscribe button, but let's continue going in. Really, let's talk about how expectations keep you stuck. So expectations are subtle, but very, very powerful, right? They sneak into your thoughts, shaping how we believe things should go, or maybe how people should act, or why things in our world aren't going the way we thought they should, right? So for example, I've been eating healthy for weeks. I should have lost more weight by now. Sound familiar? I'm trying to manage stress better, but I still feel overwhelmed. Why isn't this working? Have you guys ever said that to yourself? I've followed the plan, but life got in the way. What's wrong with me? I know you guys have asked that one. I've asked that one myself. These thoughts don't just cause frustration, they reinforce a sense of lack in our mind, right? They tell your brain, something is missing, I'm not enough, my progress is not enough. And the problem with this mindset, it keeps you focused on what's missing rather than what's working. So neuroscientists have shown that our brains operate with a built-in negativity bias. It's a tendency to focus more on what's going wrong than what's going right. This might have been useful for survival in ancient times, but today it just keeps us feeling stuck and like we're never doing enough. The trap of chasing outcomes. This is really important. When we expect immediate results, we attach our success and happiness to things going exactly as planned. But when life doesn't cooperate, when the weight loss isn't fast enough, the stress doesn't appear overnight, and we hit kind of a setback, we feel like we failed. So what do? We overanalyze every meal, every workout, every choice. We obsess over numbers on the scale, on your fitness tracker, on your calorie counter. We punish ourselves for not being perfect. And before you know it, the stress of chasing an outcome, okay, listen to that, chasing an outcome becomes the very thing that prevents us from reaching it. Okay, let me go deeper. I know this, again, because I've been here. When menopause hit, I wanted to fix it immediately. Okay, to control every symptom, to get back to feeling like myself as fast as possible. But the more I obsessed over why things weren't working fast enough, the more frustrated I became. Now, what I chose to do was really pay attention and start diving into the science. And that's how I've always tackled things, was try to get more knowledge. But when I read about things and how different things happen, like, why is this still happening to people? Like the research on eating more soy will decrease your hot flashes. Again, I have my own conclusion about that, but I really want you to pay attention to how is your brain processing what's going on. And it's often because we're expecting one outcome because we want to be in control. And when it doesn't meet our expectations or our desired result in the time frame and the way we want it, we get frustrated and we actually induce suffering. We increase anxiety. The reality is, it is what it is. The first step is acceptance, but we'll keep getting into that. But again, it really wasn't until I let go of the rigid expectations that things actually start to improve, right? Because then when I started looking for solutions, that's how my brain shifted, right? And I also learned a very important lesson from menopause. And I think it's many women's lesson when they hit menopause, is that we need to stop and take a moment to reflect on where we are in our life and where do we want to go for the latter part of our years, right? Where do we want to go in this last part of our life? Instead of just going full steam ahead, slow down and pay attention to what's going on. What's the message in the moment? What can we learn from this setback? This is the message that I chose to take from my menopause journey, was not that there was something wrong with me, but it was here to teach me a lesson. And boy, that led me down a whole nother path. And the anxiety and the stress went away. And yes, I had to manage more symptoms, and now I'm back to myself and have chosen to do some things. But that is the way you need to approach it. So what I really want to think about here is shifting from expectation to trust, right? The key isn't to stop working towards your goals. It's to stop attaching your happiness and self-worth to how fast and how perfectly you can reach them. So when we operate from a place of trust instead of expectation, everything shifts. So instead of thinking, I don't know, this should be happening faster, we can reframe our mindset to say, I'm building habits that will serve me for a lifetime, not just a quick fix. I'm focusing on progress, not perfection. I'm showing up for myself, and that is enough. The shift is not about giving up on goals. It's about breaking the cycle of self-judgment that keeps you stuck. And guess what? Science absolutely supports your approach. So there was a study in the Journal of Obesity that found that people who focused on consistency rather than fast results were far more likely to maintain long-term weight loss. And another study from Harvard Medical School found that self-compassion rather than harsh criticism was linked to more motivation, resilience, and long-term success and behavior change. So when we let go of rigid expectations and embrace the process, we create a mindset that supports real lasting change. So I'm going to walk you through 3 steps what to do. So number 1, when you really want to let go of expectations and lean into trust, there's only 3 ways to do this. And you can start doing this today. Number 1, notice where expectations sneak in. So throughout the day, pay attention to moments when you feel frustrated, impatient, or discouraged, and ask yourself, what was I expecting in this moment? Often you realize the frustration comes not from what's actually happening, but from the expectation that things should be different. Step 2, reframe your inner dialogue. When you catch yourself thinking, I should be further along by now, this isn't working fast enough, try shifting your language. Instead of, I should have lost more weight by now, go to, I'm making changes that will serve me for life. Instead of saying, I failed because I didn't follow my plan perfectly, instead say, I'm learning how to be flexible and still move forward. Your brain listens to what you tell it. Speak to yourself the way you would encourage a close friend. And step 3 is set intentions instead of expectations. So instead of saying, I expect to lose 10 pounds this month, which puts pressure on an outcome you can't completely control, you can say, I intend to nourish my body with foods that make me feel good. I intend to move my body in a way that energizes me. I intend to be patient and with myself as I build new healing habits. So intentions allow you to focus on actions, okay, while expectations keep you fixed on outcomes. And actions are truly what create transformation. So I'm going to repeat that. Intentions allow you to focus on the actions. What can you do to get you to your ultimate goal? While expectations, right, keep you fixed on the outcomes only. So the bottom line, your success isn't about control, it's about trust, okay? Letting go of expectations doesn't mean letting go of your goals. It means shifting from a mindset of scarcity, I'm not there yet, to a mindset of abundance. I'm already on my way. And the irony is, the more you let go of rigid expectations, the more progress you'll actually make, because you'll stop wasting energy on self-judgment and start focusing on what really moves the needle. Consistency, self-compassion, trust in the process. So the next time you find yourself thinking, this should be happening faster, take a deep breath. You're already on the path. And my friends, that is enough. Okay. I hope that helps. I felt really compelled to share that with you guys today, and appreciate you guys always being here as always being here. I was going to say as always being here as always. It's been one of those days. It's one of those days. The dog is now laying behind me here. She crashed out. She only had enough energy to say hi. So thanks everyone for being here. I'm sending gratitude, joy, love, and healing. And don't forget to say, I am a habit healer. And every single morning, wake up saying, how can I heal myself today? And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the little alert bell thing. That's what I've been told to tell y'all. Okay. Thanks everyone. Have a beautiful rest of your evening. Bye.